Hey everyone, Demon Knight here. In this video I want to show you guys my one-man army Axton build, which is a build focused around survivability with the legendary Pointman class mod. So since I have a build for all other legendary class mods of Axton excluding the Slayer of Terra, I wanted to make a build for this one as well, and while it's definitely not the most effective way of playing Axton, it's pretty easy to use without any healing items and the playstyle is different as well. Let's get to the gear. For the weapons I'm using the Pimpernel, the Omen and Hyperion Plasma Caster and the Slagger. I recommend using matching elemental weapons on this build since the damage output isn't as high as on other builds, and you also want to use the Bone of the Ancients. For the shield I'm using the Rough Rider because it works very well with crisis management and is generally good for a health based build. The grenade is the Quasar to get rid of shields, group enemies up and also for crowd control to add a bit more survivability since it stops enemies from shooting at you. Then as I said you want to use the Bone of the Ancients simply because the extra damage helps a lot and also because a lot of the survivability comes from the turrets distracting enemies, so the cooldown helps as well. You can use health, damage reduction or fight for your life relics, but I would definitely prefer the Bone of the Ancients. And then finally the legendary Pointman as the class mod of course. Now let's move on to the spec. So one thing this build changes quite a bit is that going into fight for your life is not necessarily a bad thing, since you get a lot of DPS boost from last ditch effort and pressure. I only put 4 points into those two skills, since I think that's the best way to spread the points out, but you can take 1 or 2 points from Forbearance and max these skills out if you want to. Grid helps to avoid fight for your life chains, but I've only put 1 point into it to be able to put 4 points into Battlefront for some more damage. If you really want to, you can take the points from Forbearance and put them in here, but I prefer being able to tank damage over time effects, since this build obviously doesn't use quick charge, which usually gets that job done. Crisis management is a permanent damage buff because of the Rough Rider, and resourceful is also pretty important for your turrets. Also because you're stacking a lot of health on this build, healthy and able work very well together. Everything else is just for the turrets and more damage. So that's my one-man army build for Axton. I also tried making a similar build by using the evolution together with Axton's shield skills to be even tankier, but that requires more skill points and reduces your damage even further, so I figured this would be the best way to build around the legendary Pointman. As I said before, this isn't the most effective way of playing Axton, but it's an interesting and different playstyle for him, which is pretty fun in my opinion. Especially since fight for your life can be a good thing depending on the situation, which kinda reminds me of Claptrap from TPS. Anyway, there will be a download link in the description as always. Now have fun with the gameplay, thanks for watching and see ya everyone.
Deploying sentry! Take this! That's a loser, man! I'm slack! I just made it! You'll pay for that! Chew 'em up! Nade out!